Welcome to my house again.
Hey, it's really great to be here, Erin. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. I'm glad you could join us on the 94th episode of our podcast.
Yeah, it wouldn't be anything without it. It wouldn't be anything without me is what I meant to say.
You're not wrong.
It would just be you talking to no one, and let's face it, that's lame.
I mean, it's a little crazy.
God damn!
I cannot believe how many different setup iterations we've done in the last, 3 months.
Yeah.
For this fucking podcast.
Yeah. So this one is just another installation of let's see if this shit will work together.
If it sounds better. Well, and we kind of mentioned it on our Patreon that we just released yesterday.
What?
But, we fucking know that our sound quality has been all over the place lately. And so we're trying to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
And the shed is still being worked on. So sometimes we don't record in there. And when we do, it's super echoey. So we have to fix that. And right now I'm at Erin's house again, like the OG style. And we're using a new program and just, our lives are changing so much.
There's a lot happening right now, guys.
There is so much happening.
Yeah.
Which is a great segue to break the news.
This is true. Okay, so
we're quitting the podcast. No.
Well, okay, first of all, I was on the fucking verge of quitting the podcast.
Erin really was. I had to talk her off a ledge.
Yeah, Stacey had to talk me off the ledge, and we came to a compromise of, guys, fucking life has been all over the goddamn place recently.
God, so bad.
And I had to edit everything. There was research, and then I have fucking kids, and then just shit outside, and then work, and everything happened, and I was like, I'm fucking over it. I don't even want to edit. And then we got a new program, and I was like, sure, let me learn this new fucking program in a day and a half to figure this shit out. And it took 1,000 years to edit an episode that normally takes me a night. So
she literally, the podcast has been her life for 2 months at least, because we keep shit recording the night before, and then you spend an entire day editing, and then you have to research again the following day, and then spend a whole night recording. It's like we haven't been getting any downtime for ourselves.
Yeah.
And we haven't been treating ourselves kindly.
No, we haven't. So I will take full responsibility for our new fucking... What would you call this?
Layout, recipe, system
of our podcast.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen,
tell me about it.
We are only going to do one story per episode for, hopefully not for that long, but we'll see how it goes.
Let us catch our breaths and get our heads above water. But exactly. So each week, only one of us will tell a story, and that way the other person gets a break from research, so we have at least one night off, because it's either that or Erin's going to quit the podcast. So...
It's either that or I'm going to burn everything down. So I'll burn down the goddamn shed. I will burn down my laptop. I was over it. You fucking brought me back, and I was like, okay. So this week, Stacey researched, and she's going to tell me a story, and all I have to do is sit here and be enthralled by her fucking storytelling abilities.
Exactly. And if you hate it when I tell stories, tune in next week when Erin tells the story. Oh my gosh. I feel so bad because whenever I listen to podcasts, I don't like it when things change. If they have a guest, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. This isn't what I want to listen to.
I know.
So I don't want to do that to our listeners, but also I can't let you take all the blame, Erin, because I haven't really talked about it on the podcast at all. But I mentioned that my dad was sick and in the hospital. And unfortunately, recently he passed away. And so life has been fucking shit.
Yeah.
Shit. And I've been just trying to power through and pretend like everything's great on the podcast and everything. But both of our worlds are burning to the ground. Mm-hmm. And we're just trying to bring some fun entertainment to you guys.
Yeah. We just need to be able to take a fucking day, literally one day,
and do nothing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But also I would be really sad if you quit, only because I genuinely enjoy getting together and hearing the story, hang out with you. 100%. And then the stories, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And I get sucked in.
I do too. And I tried to talk to Brandon because I was like, he'll talk me off the ledge, right?
Yeah.
And I was like,
That's what he's here for.
Yeah, this will be fine. And so I like laid everything out and I was complaining to him like, you know, a fucking wife is supposed to. Like, everything sucks and this is shit.
Make it better.
And I'm over it. And he was like, well, sounds like you're ready to quit the podcast. You guys had a good run. And I was like, that's not what I needed. So I had to text you like, help.
And I was like, oh my God, that sounds awful. I will edit everything. I will research everything. I've got the podcast. Go away and relax. And then I was really behind the scenes like, I got a lot of shit going on. This is going to suck.
Yeah,
but I was just going to power through for the next couple of days. Just die and live your life.
Yeah. And I felt like such an asshole because I'm like, my life is shit. I have work and kids, which you do too on both of those. And I have to edit stuff, which fucking I signed up for this.
Dude.
And I have to research. So do you.
Never
And,
feel bad.
we have to record. So do you. And you're over here like, yeah, no, my life is totally fine.
I'll do it. It's fine. Let's go. No, don't feel bad
God.
because fucking you are experiencing your life and it could be the exact same intensity that I'm experiencing it. Like our
Ooh.
feelings are totally separate and different and I get it. And if shit is that bad, I would never want you to be unhappy and like just power through and keep doing it just because you're like, well, I don't want to let anyone down. Fuck that. You do you, boo-boo, and I'm here to support you.
All right, Nostradamus.
Also, if you ever quit editing for a long period of time, I would quit the podcast. I suck at it. It takes me 500 years.
Yeah, listen, it's hard sometimes. It's hard with this new program because I'm like, oh my God, but I can make it sound so much better.
so I'm
then-
going to.
Yeah, I want to do that, but then it fucking takes 1,000 years. So
Yeah,
listen, there's
that's a
a
lot of
new
work.
fucking setup is what we're saying. There's
Yep.
a new layout for the podcast. There's
Don't
a new
hate us.
setup. If the sound still sucks, we're still working on it.
Yeah, we've tested this a million times, and this was our most okay one. And I'm sure Erin's going to edit it, and then I'm going to listen in my car, and I'll be like, it sounds like shit.
It still sounds like shit.
And
I know.
it'll sound different next week. We are trying.
Yeah, it literally will. And then when we get in the shed, it's going to sound different again. So,
Which we have a whole setup for that coming along.
yeah.
Thanks, Amazon.
Yeah, right. And it should be here today. But
Yeah.
listen, bear with us. We're
Yes.
fucking trying.
We love you guys, and we just are trying to find a balance in our life because we love the podcast too, and we don't want to give it up, but we just need some breathing room, both of
Yeah.
us. So we're going to make that happen. We're making ourselves happy, and I hope you guys will understand. I think that Erin and I are going to try our best to, dig a little deeper into each of our cases each
Yeah.
week so that if I'm researching this week, I'll try to make it a little longer. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you get balls deep in a story and you're like, that is where it ended.
Yeah. And then he died. Okay.
So we'll just speculate wildly to try to give you the same amount of time of content.
Yeah. Listen, nobody's here for the facts. You
Oh,
guys are here
no,
for
no.
our fucking shit hole of a story on it.
Half the time, people are giving us the facts after.
Literally.
They're like, actually, they solved this 3 years ago.
We're like, oh, interesting.
Oh, my theory was wildly
What
off.
were your keywords when you were Googling?
They're like, I didn't have to Google, bitch. I listen to all the fucking stories
I know,
all the
right?
time.
Okay.
Oh, man. So we love you guys. That's the podcasts, goddamn.
Yeah, that is the podcast, goddamn.
All right, Erin, give me your other goddamn, your podcast goddamn.
My other goddamn is that my husband is trying to fucking sell my body.
Hold the fuck up. I'm sorry. What?
Well, he apparently was like, did you know that you could be a surrogate for someone and they'll pay you money? And I was like, yeah, I'm well aware.
Yeah, I have a uterus. They try to get me all the time.
Yeah, I was aware of that fact. Thank you.
I've
And he's
already looked into it.
yeah. And he was literally like, oh, well, what do you think? Like, we could do that, blah, blah. And I was like, I think they give you like, I think it was between like $35,000 and $65,000.
Yeah, when I looked, I thought it was like, I don't know. For some reason, I want to say 13, but that sounds like not nearly enough. So maybe like
no.
30.
Yeah. See, I think it's like 35. But,
Yeah.
and so I told him that. And he's like, no. Like, it has to be more than that. Like, we'll get more. And basically, he wants to be
more.
He wants to be my fucking pimp on the body. So if anybody wants to put their fucking baby inside me, apparently
God.
my agent is taking numbers.
Dear God, no. I can't have you pregnant again and not drinking with me again, especially in times like these.
I know.
I
But
need a non-pregnant bestie.
I told him I would only entertain offers $100,000 and up. So
It
don't
seems
come at me
reasonable.
with those low balls.
Oh my God. I don't know if there's any amount of money that would make me do it again, which I mean, it's amazing people do that for
Yeah.
others. It's not about the surrogacy. It's about, I don't want a baby baby inside of me ever again.
Literally, yeah, it's that. And I was telling Brandon, I'm like, okay, but I can't eat fucking fish. I can't eat cookie dough.
Yeah.
I can't eat sushi. I can't eat, which is fish.
Yeah, I caught you.
I can't drink beer or champagne or all this fucking shit that I want to have. Like, I can't do all the things. And he was like, I know. So what's your bottom line? And I was like,
you're not listening. By the way, I want to apologize because there's probably people listening who are dying to get fucking pregnant, and we're over here. Well, I'm over here being like, I never want a baby inside of me again. That's so goddamn ungrateful and shitty of me to say. So I really apologize if that offended anybody.
well, true. Okay.
I'm being super sarcastic too, because if I had somebody come to me, like I think it would take for me, it would
if my friend came to me and was like, yo, I can't have a baby, can you hold this? I'd be like, yeah.
Exactly. I was going to say, I think it'd be more of an emotional charge, or like, emotional payment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like if I feel intrinsically valued, then I'd be like, fuck yeah, let's do it. But I mean, if it was just some stranger and they were like, I have 8 kids of my own, but I don't want to carry another kid. Will you carry mine? I'd be like, like 500,000.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Right.
And they'd be like, I got a better uterus for a better price over here. And I'd be like, deuces.
Deuces. You don't need mine then. It'll
Enjoy
be fine.
that uterus.
Yeah. I'm
this
pretty
one
sure
might fuck your shit up.
Right. Listen, I'm not vegan. I'm not anything. I will still eat junk food all the time.
I use deodorant, which evidently has aluminum in it. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm going to use deodorant, and I'm going to, sometimes I might get fucking deep fried sushi because I just want that fake shit in the face. Right?
I use Teflon pans. I live a risky lifestyle, bitches.
Apparently, yeah. It's not the most sanitary environment, but it'll get the job done.
My kids are cool, though.
Yeah, it gets the job done, So, listen, if anybody really needs a surrogate, talk to my agent.
Yeah. Evidently, he's booking gigs. Like interviews. Tell me what you look for in a uterus. Well, not one like that. So,
not one that's going to do that. But like I said in the Patreon, I don't really get emotionally attached to the thing growing inside of me. So I'll totally be like, here you go.
Oh my God. I know. I think that would be hard for me not to like necessarily be attached emotionally to that thing inside of me. Like this one is mine. Because I think the whole time I'd be like, I understand that this isn't mine.
Yeah.
But I think for the rest of its life, I'd just be like, you're so special.
You're just different. You came from my womb.
You don't know. I don't think I would ever say that because as a mom, I would never want like my friend to circle around and be like, you came from me. I'd be like, no, this is between us.
Yeah. No, that's a big secret.
I would like super favor the kid.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, me too. And I'd always like stalk them, even if I wasn't like friends with the people anymore or whatever. I'd like stalk their kid.
Yeah.
/ my uterus's kid.
Yeah. It's like weird. I don't know. But they give you counseling for that shit. So, So
I don't think I would need it. I think I'd just be like, no, here you go. Take it. I want to sleep now.
Yeah, thank God. That feels better. Well, shit, man. Could you give me like a solid month's notice if that's what you're going to do? Don't spring it on me like, I'm pregnant with somebody else's baby. Because I'm not going to say congratulations.
Yeah, no, I'll give you like $1,000. That should cover the me not drinking with you for 9 months.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take it, but I really hope you don't follow through with this for selfish reasons.
All right, Stacey, give me your goddamn.
Okay, so recently, due to everything fucking crumbling and burning down in my life, the other day I was drinking some wine, which I drink all the time now, which is a very healthy life choice.
Yeah.
Drinking some wine, and I noticed that my lip kind of hurt, and I felt it, and there's a blister, because I got like herpes simplex 2, or whatever that shit is.
You get those
canker sores.
Canker sores, yeah.
Okay.
My dentist called them ulcers, by the way. I was like, I like that word better.
Yeah, it sounds way like medical and cooler, but I have herpes all over my mouth. Okay, just kidding. I had a canker sore, but it was the beginning of one. You know how like sometimes they blister, or maybe they always blister, and I never catch the blister. I only notice after it's an ulcer.
Yeah,
and I felt it blistering, and I was like, God damn it, I'm about to get a canker sore, because it happens when you're stressed or when you eat spicy foods or whatever.
Yep.
And I haven't had them in forever, but I think life is just like, oh, you want zits? Here you go. You want your hair to start falling out? Also, there's that.
Yeah, you're going through some shit right now. Your body's like, hey, guess what? Fuck
quitting.
off.
Yeah, my body's quitting on me.
Sleep more and drink water, bitch.
Yeah, and I'm like, I have none of those options. Where's my water? I'm just gonna cry it all out. Okay, so I felt the little blister in my mouth, and I was like, fuck, leave that alone, because that's gonna be a goddamn nightmare. Well, I got drunk, and I fucked with it all the time, so it got worse, right? Next morning, I wake up, and I accidentally bite it. So now the blister's popped, and I have a canker sore, and I'm fucking pissed because I bit it. Because that's never fun.
No.
Even if you bite your tongue or your lip, you're pissed. Bite a canker sore, life is over.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
You're like, I should just take myself out right now because
end it
this is what it feels like.
Exactly. So now my lip is throbbing and I'm all pissy. And I like yelled and Lee said, what's wrong? Because we were working together. We're roommates and office mates and everything right now.
God damn it.
And so he's like, what's wrong? And I was like, I just bit my fucking canker sore. Like super pissed. And he was like, oh, I hate it when that happens. Like 2 minutes later, I like go over, I'm walking by him and he's like putting his fingers to his lips, like, come give me a smooch.
Mm-hmm.
And I lean down and this motherfucker sucks my lip in when he gives me a kiss to like bite it, like, love you. You know, like the little,
Yeah.
He bit my fucking canker sore. First of all, motherfucker sucked on my ulcer.
First of all, not only did you bite your canker sore,
Somebody else bit my motherfucking canker sore. I almost popped him across the head and he jumped off so fast. It was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I was like,
oh my God.
ah, like the rage inside of me.
Oh no.
I was pissed. And then I was like, you just licked my canker sore. That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Like for some reason, not only was I pissed at him for doing that, I looked at him like the most disgusting creature in this world
You
for
are
licking a
foul.
wound.
Oh my God.
I was like, you are so gross. And he was just trying to be cute and be like, I love you.
Yeah. Nope. Mm-mm. Get
Oh my
that cute
God.
shit out of here.
And then I bit it again later. And I was just like, this is going to be my goddamn. I keep biting my fucking lip.
Oh my God.
And it's just a raw ass sore. And then I pulled it down to show Lee and he's like, oh, it's a baby one. I'm like, motherfucker, it feels like my lip is going to fall off.
Yeah. It's not a fucking baby one. It's
Ugh.
1,000. They're all horrible.
Yeah.
Equally horrible.
Yes.
All canker sores suck.
They do. Awful. Anyway, I survived it though.
Well, congratulations.
I
I'm
mean, it's
glad.
already healing. So
Yeah, that's good.
maybe he did me a favor by like debrising it.
Yeah. By the way,
Yeah.
I asked my dentist why you get those, and he was like, I mean, you don't really know, but probably stress is like their most likely
Triggered.
fucking trigger. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's weird. And I never once put this together, but my mom used to tell me that I would get them because I didn't eat enough vegetables. And
bitch.
so I told my dentist that, like thinking that was a normal thing. And he just started laughing like, your mom's a smart lady. And I was like, son of a bitch, I've been hoodwinked my whole fucking life. I'm like, I got a canker, so I better fucking chow down some broccoli.
Oh my gosh, she did you a favor though.
I know, right?
I love it when you find those things. And it's always like halfway through saying it that you're like, that was a lie. My
Yeah.
whole life, isn't it?
No, brownies don't go out of season. God damn it.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Oh shit.
All right, ladies, should we get started on this?
Yeah, do you think everybody listening is like, God damn, this one's a downer?
Right? No, it's fine because my fucking uterus is going on for sale.
Yeah, that's true. Hey guys, that's so fun. Her uterus is for sale. Okay, so to start our new little,
Routine.
yeah, with the fucking recipe, I keep calling it, which I'm just want to punch myself in the face every time I say recipe, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I am going to tell you a story this week, Erin.
Yeah, you are.
Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Okay, so this week I'm going to tell you about Holly Michelle Cruson.
Oh, this 2 first name having motherfucker.
Yeah. So Holly was born August 27th, 1971 in La Mesa, California.
1971?
Uh-huh.
Different year.
Totally
and a
different
different
year.
day, but close to Brandon's birthday.
Very close to us, though, because that's one of the cities that just fucking got burned to the ground because
Yeah.
of the riots.
Yeah.
Okay, so she lived in La Mesa, California, and her mother's name was Gwen, and her father's name was Howard.
Okay.
She had 4 other siblings, 1 sister, and 3 brothers. And her family was like really big on performing and entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were like a showbiz family.
All right.
We're in the biz, bitches.
Out here in La Mesa.
Yeah, yeah. We're like, close enough to be like, I could drive to Hollywood.
Yeah, but they're doing like on Broadway La Mesa.
Yeah, exactly. They're in like, what's the like Peter Pan theater, whatever the fuck they call it around here? It's like Christian Youth Theater. I can't remember
I
what
have
it's
no
called.
idea.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But yeah, they probably were involved in those.
You're like, I have no idea. And I'm like, I wanted to be in it so bad.
I want to be a star.
Mother, I'm gonna be a star. Okay, so like I said, family in the entertainment business. Her grandmother was a professional singer
Ooh.
and a pianist.
A pianist?
A pianist.
Mm.
And she had big dreams. Holly, not her grandmother.
Okay.
Holly had big dreams of making it big in Hollywood someday and
Is that why
becoming an
she was named
actress.
Holly?
Actually, she was named Holly because her mom loved. Is so weird that I know this.
It is weird.
I read a lot of shit on this. Her name was Holly because her mom loved Christmas. So she named her like Christmas things. And then her other sister's name was Tiffany, but the middle name was Noelle because she loved Christmas so much.
Okay.
Literally don't know anybody else's name.
But you're like, okay, so Christmas was a big deal for them.
Yeah.
Got it.
Sounds like it. Her mom loved fucking Christmas. Not fucking Christmas, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. So she wanted to be a big actress someday.
Okay.
And as she grew up, her family started to like put her in beauty pageants and dance competitions and shit. And her mom says that she always kind of like put her on a pedestal, kind of like favored her, dolled her up, gussied her up, trying to like, you know, go make it big, girl, kind of thing.
She was a beauty pageant kid.
Exactly. She was their shining star.
Ooh, okay.
And they pushed her to compete in all these contests and shit and to be the best that she could be. And she won a lot of shit. She was pretty damn good.
Okay.
Everything was going fine. She was fine. I'm fine. Until at the age of 11, she was molested by a family friend.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Fuck, man, that sucks.
Fucking Uncle Eddie.
Right? Playing Risk in the closet.
Uncle Diddles over here.
Oh, God
this
damn it.
motherfucker.
Okay, so this is when she starts to take a turn. And she didn't want to do beauty pageants anymore. She didn't want to go to her dance competitions. Instead, all she wanted to do was like fucking rebel and go against what her parents were saying.
Yeah. She's like, I don't want to be pretty. That gets me touched.
Exactly. I wonder if that's why.
I think that's why a lot of them
Yeah, like I don't want any more attention.
Yeah.
Okay, so her parents end up getting a divorce because times were getting hard. And Holly continued to spiral out of control.
Mm-hmm.
She started to use and abuse drugs. And she eventually dropped out of high school.
Oh, damn.
If she wasn't in school, then she had to work, right? Like, gotta get me a job. So she got a job working at the local casino, Viejas.
Ooh.
And yeah, you know where this is. I'm just naming off all these things that we're aware of.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, exactly. So she worked at Viejas and also like various bars around town as a cocktail waitress.
Okay. Cocktails. Get your cocktails.
Cocktails. Which I'm guessing she's 21 at that point if you're serving cocktails, but I don't know laws back in like fucking
80 something.
Yeah, mid 80s.
Yeah.
Just to explain like what she looked like and all that shit. She was 110 pounds.
Ooh.
She was 5'3". And she had curly blonde hair and hazel eyes.
Oh my God, she sounds gorgeous.
Yeah, she was really real pretty. I mean, she was a beauty pageant lady.
Yeah.
She often joked that if she met and married a man with the last name of Wood, her name would be Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
So you were on to something there. However, instead of meeting a man with the last name Wood, she met a man by the name of Jack Sutton, and he was much older than Holly, but the pair began to date.
Okay.
Jack turns out not to be the greatest guy.
I could kind of tell.
Yeah. And he was known to be pretty aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
He and Holly would argue, and he would often get physical and abuse her. And like
son of a
hit her.
bitch.
Yeah. And the beatings would be so severe that the cops would get called. And he was actually arrested several times for beating her.
Oh, shit.
Not good.
No, that's horrible.
Fuck you, Jack.
Fuck you, Jack.
So after these beatings, she would always leave him, and she would go live with her mother in La Mesa or at her father's house in San Diego.
Okay.
But whenever Jack would get out of jail, and he'd always come back, and he'd be like really apologetic, and she would always take him back.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean to.
I didn't mean to give you that black eye.
I was drunk.
Yeah, exactly. And so she was smitten with him, and she always took him back.
Mm-hmm.
It was like they were going through this like twisted cycle where they would fight, he would hit her, they would break up, and she would seek shelter from her parents. And then once he cooled off, she would take him back, that whole thing.
Gross.
We're familiar with it. So as
We're not.
No. I mean, like with these stories, we are familiar with it.
I was like, I don't think I've ever experienced that.
I'm like, Erin, this is the time to tell you.
Yeah, right?
I need to sleep on your couch.
Every once in a while, I go to my mom's house.
Yeah, don't worry, it's fine.
Jesus.
He'll apologize later.
Yeah, but same old song and dance. I got it.
Exactly. Okay, so as their relationship grew with time, Gwen and Howard, Holly's parents, they began to see less and less of Holly. And Jack was like sort of isolating her from her friends and family. And it would be increasingly difficult to get a hold of her, which is not a good sign.
No.
In February of 1995, Holly had stopped in to visit her mother at her print shop.
Ooh.
Yeah, I knew that
Is
would
this
get
my
your
life?
I know, I knew this would get your attention. Just so you know, I think it was called like Prince by Gwen or something like that.
Ooh,
I don't know if
love
you know
it.
where that's at.
Yeah, I have no idea.
No fucking clue.
Haven't heard of them. They're probably not in business any longer.
Probably not. I don't know though. Maybe.
Maybe.
Okay, so Holly stops in to see her mom at her mom's print shop. And then on March 4th, she stopped by her father's house in San Diego. And then no one heard from her for a really, 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 really long time. Right?
Okay.
So after several weeks of like no way to get a hold of Holly, her mom kept calling, her dad kept calling. She wasn't picking up the phone, couldn't really get in contact with like Jack or anything.
Yeah.
Gwen decides to reach out to several of her friends and ask if they've seen her recently.
Mm-hmm.
So all of her friends were like, no, I haven't seen her in a really long time. And so Gwen starts to get nervous. She's like, oh shit, something's wrong.
Yeah.
So she reaches out to the police and she reports Holly missing. However, Holly is like a grown-ass woman at this point, and the police are like, there's literally no sign of foul play or struggle or anything like that. So we can't open a missing persons report on her. And she's an adult, and if she doesn't want to talk to you or reach out to you, then that's her choice.
Yeah, she doesn't have to.
Yeah. And her mom was like, yeah, no, I'm not taking that for an answer. And so she prints out like thousands of flyers with her daughter's face on it.
Mm-hmm.
And because she's got a print shop, man, she could do that shit.
Hell yeah.
And she distributed them around the neighborhood, asking for leads as to where her daughter might be. Like, hey, have you seen her?
Yeah.
So the flyers worked because she would send them out and then people would be like, oh, I have some news. Like, I think I saw her here.
Ooh.
And they would call her mom. And so
Yeah.
her mom would follow up on every single lead to try to find Holly.
Wow.
So 2 years go by.
God damn.
And she's following up on these leads and they're all coming to dead ends.
Dude, 2 years? You think the cops would be
years.
like, I guess I'll look.
Right? Like, oh, this is a little suspicious.
Oh, also her boyfriend was abusive sometimes, and we have record of that because he's been in our jail a few times.
Yeah, maybe let's check him out again, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the police are like, all right, maybe she didn't just run away.
But 2 years later, they're
Yeah.
finally like, yeah, okay, well, I guess I'll look.
Right? And they're like, okay, something bad might have happened to her, so let's start an investigation.
Yeah.
So they start looking at Jack, the like crappy abusive boyfriend,
Mm-hmm.
and they bring him in for questioning, and he agrees to take a polygraph test,
Okay.
proving like without a doubt that he had no idea where Holly was. He was telling the truth, whatever, right?
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to talk to the cops and straighten this whole thing out.
Exactly. He's like, give me a polygraph test. I have no fucking clue where she's at.
You're going to do 25 to life.
Exactly. So they give him the polygraph test, and surprise, he passes with flying colors.
Ooh.
So the police are like, dang it wasn't him. And they
Well,
rule him out as a suspect.
He's had 2 years to like emotionally distance himself from this to where I feel like his heart rate wouldn't go up anymore.
Right? And also, like, I cannot imagine what kind of evidence you have 2 years after the fact.
Yeah, right?
Like, and nobody had last contact with her other than evidently Jack.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, her mom doesn't know. She's like, I talked to her on the 4th of March or whatever, you know, or in
Yeah.
February sometime. And her dad's like, I talked to her sometime after that in March. But, like, you don't have nothing. There's no physical evidence. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
You got nothing to go by.
and Jack's just like, I haven't seen her. I don't know.
Yeah. What are you going to ask?
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
fucking mind blowing. Okay. So they rule him out as a suspect, right?
Oh my God.
So years go by without any leads or new information. And then on August 17th, 2001, which is Holly's 30th birthday, a San Diego newspaper ran an article about her disappearance.
Ooh.
And a local psychic by the name of Joyce read the article and claimed that she started to receive information regarding Holly's whereabouts.
Like psychically?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, like she started to get these visions.
Okay.
And so
I want to call bullshit so bad, but like, I guess I've had some people experience some shit near me that I'm like, maybe.
okay, maybe. I know, right? Okay, so the psychic calls Gwen and is like, hey, this is the information I started to get.
Yeah.
I saw flashes of Holly in a hospital gown and that she's somewhere in a place called Marymount that was in a town called Marysville or Kenwood.
Alive?
Yes, the psychic said that she was alive. Holly fled and disappeared to get away from her abusive boyfriend.
Okay.
And that Holly had actually been involved in an accident involving a drunk driver.
And has amnesia.
Exactly. I don't know about amnesia. I think it was that she was like in a coma or something. Like she was in a long-term care facility in a coma. You know,
Oh.
she's
Goddamn.
still alive though.
Okay.
And so 3 months after this happens, because, you know, Gwen's like, okay, that's really great information. I still don't know like where she's at. Like you just said that.
Yeah.
But 3 months after that information,
She went and found Maryville.
No, not exactly. She gets a phone call.
Mm-hmm.
And the caller is a woman with a faint, weak voice. And she answers the call with, "Hello, Mama." And Gwen's like, "Who is this?" And the caller replies, "Holly." And so Gwen has like a recording device near her and she starts recording the conversation. This girl is on it.
Yeah.
So she starts recording the conversation and Gwen asks the caller, "Where are you?" And the caller replies that she's in Ohio. And Gwen said that it kind of sounded like Holly was crying or something on the phone. Like she was very, like weak sounding and kind of sobbing like, "It's Holly,"
Yeah.
But then right after that, like there's not much information given other than it's Holly. She sounds weak and she's in Ohio. And then the phone call ends.
Oh, what?
So Gwen's like, "Hold up. That was my daughter." And she busts out a map. I'm sure it was her Thomas guide. And she searches Ohio and she finds that in Ohio, there's a Marysville. And
What?
furthermore, in Marysville, there's a hospital called Marymount.
What the fuck?
Right?
And so then she was like, "Oh, I have caller ID," because now it's like the 90s.
No, she didn't.
Oh, God damn
And
it.
so we don't have that part. She didn't star 69 that shit. Okay, so she pulls out her fucking map and finds all this shit in Ohio. And so she's freaking out. And she's like, "God damn it, the psychic was right. My daughter's alive. She's in Ohio. Like, I'm going to call this hospital and find the fuck out what happened to my daughter."
Yeah.
And so she calls, but the hospital will not confirm or deny if they've been treating Holly
Why?
because of patient confidentiality.
Yeah, but that's her fucking family.
Yeah, but you have to okay it. Like when you go to the hospital, you have to fill out a form that says it's okay to like share this information with my family.
What?
I don't know how it works with a coma though. I would think like your next of kin is obviously like, meh.
Yeah.
Like, excuse me, lady in a coma, do you have an advance directive? And who is your...
yeah, she didn't sign it, so.
Yeah. So we're just going to do what we feel like.
Yeah.
I need to know who your power of attorney is. Oh, God. Okay. So Gwen's like, "Fuck that shit. I'm going to call the police and get them involved." Like in Marysville. And so she calls the police and she's like, "Yo, my daughter's been missing. She's at this hospital, I suspect, but they won't release her medical records or let me know if she's being treated there. I need your help."
Yeah.
And the police are like, "We're really sorry, but because Holly is 21 years old, I can't force them," like over 21.
Yeah.
"I can't force them to release her records."
Okay, but like
Like
can
it's
you
a law,
can you go there and just be like, "She's alive"?
right? Well, I guess they said no.
God damn.
So it was a dead end,
What the fuck, man?
right?
What are you supposed to do?
I fucking don't know.
Like, can you have literally anybody talk to someone that might or might not be her? Like, just fucking tell me, is she alive or not? That's all I want to know.
This reminds me of one time I was in a Planned Parenthood getting birth control because it was in a time where I didn't have health insurance and I was a youngin' and didn't want to ask my parents to like take me to go get birth control.
Mm-hmm. You said youngin, like a young onion.
I did. Youngin'. I was waiting in the what's it called?
Waiting room?
room.
The lobby?
Yeah, I was waiting in that, and this guy comes in, and well, it's this guy and this girl, and they're sitting together, and then he's like, "I gotta go out to the fucking car for some shit." And so he goes out to the car, and then she goes in the back, and then he comes back out into the waiting room, and he like talks to the lady at the desk, and he's like, "Yo, did my girl go back there?" And she was like, "I can't say if we're treating someone. Like, it's against the law. It's against HIPAA.
Yeah.
I can't say if we're treating someone." And he was like, "She was in here a second ago. I just want to know if they called her back." And I'm like, "Bro, you're dumb. Of course she's back there."
Yeah.
Like, did you see her leave the door, you know?
Yeah, you were outside.
Yeah, right?
They probably called her back. Otherwise, she just grew some fucking Houdini shit.
Yeah. Or is she in the car? Like, the guy was a dick.
Yeah.
And the lady was like, "I'm sorry, I can't." But she was trying to hint, like, "I'm sorry, I can't, but I didn't see her leave," you know?
Yeah.
Like, trying to be nice.
Yeah. Trying to be like, fucking everything else points to yes.
Yeah, and this guy fucking lost his shit. There was a tiny little trash can next to him, and he kicked it across the waiting room, and like piles of trash went everywhere, and he was fucking pissed.
And you're just standing there
Watching
staring
the show.
at the fucking TV that's playing something in Spanish that you can't understand, pretending that you didn't notice.
No, I was watching the whole thing unfold. I was eating my popcorn, and I was like, "Oh, there wasn't even that much in the trash can."
Good try, bro. Kick it again.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was so funny. And then he stormed out all pissed, and I was like, Ooh, I bet he is not nice to her.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
Well, in Planned Parenthood, they always ask you, like, are you in a fucking abusive relationship? She could be like, oh, do you mean with the guy that just kicked a trash can across the room?
Right?
No,
yeah, he's a
we're
little
fine.
aggressive. Oh my God, I hope she got out of that. That was wildly off topic here. Yeah, but, you know, it fucking happens. They deny
Yeah.
people information. I mean,
get it.
by law, they have to.
Yeah. Still.
I know, right? Okay, so the trail goes cold again.
God
'cause
damn.
Gwen can't get a hold of anyone. Nothing's going on, right?
Yeah.
Years later, police get another hot tip.
Ooh.
And they were looking into Jack, the abusive boyfriend, again, because they find out that something interesting had happened shortly after the time, like after the last time that her parents saw Holly.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this owner of Panzanita Campground, which is located in Julian, California,
Okay.
which is like an hour east of La Mesa.
Yeah.
And he said something interesting. He had this encounter with Jack back in 1995, and Holly was there. And it was literally the last time that anybody had seen Holly. Like in the timeline of where the fuck did Holly go?
Yeah.
This dude was the last one to see her with Jack.
Okay.
Okay, so the owner of the campground says that Jack and Holly were staying there with another friend who went by the name Humbly, like a nickname, Humbly.
Okay.
And Jack was causing a goddamn ruckus.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he was getting super drunk and being loud and starting fights and arguments with people and like disturbing the peace. And he was like waving his gun around and shit.
Oh, he had a gun?
Oh, he had a gun,
Why did he have a gun?
right? Jack has got a gun.
Oh.
I was like, what's his name?
I was like, I don't.
Why is she staring at me like that? Okay, so anyway, the campground owner comes out and he's like, yo, bro, you can't wave your fucking gun around and you're causing a ruckus. You're going to have to leave.
Yeah, you're making everybody real nervous.
Yeah, we don't like that. Well, Jack didn't like that. And he pulled the gun on the campground owner and was like, I'm going to come back here and I'm going to kill you.
Okay,
Like-
that's how you get kicked out of a campground.
Yeah, so yeah, he got threatened. And then
He was being
kicked
a
him out.
little intimidating.
Yeah, he's being a little bit of a dick back there. And so that's the last time anyone saw Holly was with Jack waving around a fucking gun, being all belligerent.
Mm-hmm.
So the cops are like, yo, let's try to find this fucking Humbly guy, right? Like maybe he knows what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
Because now somebody was with them. Unfortunately, they were not successful in tracking him down, and it was yet another dead end.
God damn.
Now, I did read an article that said that they didn't get any, like they talked to him and they didn't get anything. But I don't know how true it was because a lot of the shit is coming off of like people writing shit on Reddit, you know?
Yeah.
So Gwen was still determined as ever to find out where her daughter went. And in July of 2002, Holly's story was shared on Unsolved Mysteries.
Uh-huh.
And then Gwen went on the Montel Williams show.
Oh, love that show.
I do too. Oh my God. Especially what I'm about to say next, because Gwen spoke with the infamous psychic Sylvia Brown.
Oh, shit.
Those were my favorite ones to watch.
Yeah.
Oh my God. She's also never right.
But always entertaining.
Very entertaining. She would always call everybody like sweetheart and honey. Oh, she's dead, honey.
Oh,
like with her
God.
long ass nails. Oh God. I loved that lady. Listen, how do I know if it's true or not? It was just super entertaining to watch.
True.
Okay, so Sylvia told Gwen that Holly was still alive and that she was working as a stripper in an adult club in Hollywood. What a fucking way to find out, right?
Yeah. I don't think I would believe that.
Yeah, I don't know though, because she was a dancer and she was pretty and like she always wanted to make it big in Hollywood. So she was like, oh,
I'm just going to go out there and then have this day job for a while until
Yeah.
I get my
pay my
fucking
rent.
SAG card.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so Gwen's like, all right, I'm going to fucking print out a bunch of flyers again. And she goes down to Hollywood and goes into like every fucking nightclub asking about Holly. If anybody's seen her, if anybody knows where she's at,
Yeah.
you know, anything like that. So as they passed out these flyers, they would get a ton of tips, like her body could be found buried on some backcountry road or some shit like that.
God.
Yeah, like people would be like, I know what happened to her, this, that, and the other. And every time they got a tip, the family would follow through. Like
Yeah.
before the police, the family were the ones getting the tips. And they'd like give everything to the police, but they'd also go out there with shovels
Yeah.
and dig random holes searching for their loved one's body,
Oh
like
my
looking for
God.
Holly.
That's awful.
Oh my God, it's so sad.
Also, I'm over here complaining about how exhausted I am. This poor mom.
Oh, like a fucking nightmare, right?
Ugh.
Okay, well, the police even commented that they've never seen a family so involved in a case before.
Really?
Yeah, they were like, goddamn, they turned into detectives.
Yeah.
So sadly, in 2003, at the age of 61, Gwen passed away from an aneurysm.
Oh, son of a bitch.
And she never knew what had happened to her daughter. And I'm going to tell you what happened.
Oh my God.
'Cause
Okay.
I'm not leaving you on the edge.
Okay.
I'm going to kind of tell you what happened.
I was like, but does Dad find out?
yeah, but like, who's here? Dad dies too eventually.
Some bitch.
Just so you know. Like, everyone in this fucking family dies. It's so sad. Okay, so as it turns out...
Spoiler alert.
Well, I mean, I don't know much about it. I think I mentioned it at the end. But, like, siblings... She's got, like, a sister who passed away, too. But I don't know how or why.
I meant like, spoiler alert, Holly's dead.
Oh. Well, I mean, I feel like you could have figured that out, huh?
I did.
All right.
I
Sorry.
was still on the edge of my seat.
Sorry. Holly wasn't actually a stripper, and she wasn't in a coma in a hospital bed.
Uh-huh.
It turns out in 1996, just 1 year after Holly had vanished, skeletal remains were found off of Route 79 in Descanso, California,
Uh-huh.
which is like 20 minutes south of La Mesa.
Yeah.
So really fucking close. These remains were never identified for 10 fucking years.
Why?
So let me just get this straight. Holly goes missing. A year later, remains are found. A year after that,
They were like, yo.
we're going to try to look for Holly.
Yeah.
We have these remains that nobody knows who they are.
That
Should we
belonged
check into
to
that?
a young-ish female
Exactly.
who maybe was carrying a fucking license, but probably not if they didn't identify her.
Yeah. Okay, so that's interesting you say that because they don't really describe much about the remains other than they're skeletal.
Okay.
Okay, so in 2006,
Mm-hmm.
this is when the police get Holly's dental records and they compare it to the remains and they realize, like, oh, this is Holly. This whole time we had Holly. Like, her poor mom has been searching for her and going on Montel fucking Williams.
Yeah.
And
10 years later.
Yeah. Thinking her daughter was still alive. And they found her a year after she went missing.
Oh my God, that's awful.
It's so awful. And the police determined that she was likely killed sometime in 1995. So that would have been around the time that she went missing.
Yeah.
So the whole time that the psychics were telling her that her daughter was alive,
Yeah.
yeah, that they fucking got it all wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, two of them got it very wrong.
well, and then who fucking called
Oh.
and was like, I'm in Ohio? Was it the first psychic being like, let me put some credence to this shit, right?
Make that. But what about that phone call?
I do
fucked
ask.
up is this?
Yes.
Investigators were able to determine that the phone call was a Canadian teenager playing a prank and calling Gwen and pretending to be Holly.
What a piece of shit.
That is awful.
I hope that person feels like absolute utter shit.
Right? Right?
Do they know who it is? Let's dox them.
I
Not
don't
really.
know. Okay, whoa, this escalated. I don't know. They just said a Canadian teenager. And also, I wonder if that Canadian teenager did their own work and like looked up like, oh, it is in Ohio. So I'm going to say I'm in Ohio. Like
Yeah.
whatever, Marysville, there's one in Ohio. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Oh my God.
I don't know. There are some theories that are like, you know, on the internet and they're like, well, that first psychic wasn't lying. Like we know Sylvia Brown's a liar, but that first one wasn't lying because maybe she did escape her boyfriend. Like maybe she did get into an accident.
Yeah, all the way out in Ohio and then goes into a fucking coma or whatever, gets in the hospital there and then makes it all the way back to Descanso and then is like
Killed there. Yeah.
just happenstance.
Maybe. But also, okay, so like I was saying, the police never released like what the cause of death was for her.
Uh-huh.
Like her remains, the state of her remains or anything other than skeletal. So like her whole family has no idea how she died or what's left of them.
Probably not.
It's probably a gunshot. I'm guessing gunshot, right?
Ooh.
He was waving around a gun.
I mean, yeah, that would pin it on him pretty well. But I
Yeah.
was gonna say that's probably not a bad thing.
No. Yeah.
Like to not know how they died,
Yeah,
just to
but-
know that they're dead.
But I would be so frustrated. I don't know. Just to have any kind of information, to not have any information for 10 years and to realize all this shit is sitting on someone's desk, you know?
Yeah.
At least tell me how she died. Was
Yeah.
it painful? Was it quick? Like, give me something.
I guess I would want to know that too.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, are you fucking kidding me? That was my sister, brother, mother, whatever
Yeah,
it was.
tell
like,
me.
yeah, I deserve to know. I've been looking for them for fucking 10 years.
Exactly. And this poor mom, she died before even knowing. Like, she died thinking that Holly was still alive.
Well, maybe that's for the best.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, she got to heaven and she was like, oh shit, I was wrong all these years.
Oh, hi, there you are.
I've been looking for you everywhere.
Where you been?
Okay, so Holly's father and sister have also passed away, like I mentioned, and her brothers are still hoping for an arrest to be made in her case because it's still fucking open. They changed it to missing, like from missing persons to homicide.
Where's Jack at?
Where the fuck is Jack, right? I don't know. But the brothers have been very vocal about how unhappy they are with how the police have handled her case and how
Good.
the false leads sent them wasting their time and searching in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Police never released the cause of death, like I said, to indicate how she died, but they obviously had enough evidence to be suspicious because they changed it from missing person to homicide. So
Yeah.
you know something bad happened
Yeah,
there.
she wasn't just walking in the desert out there.
Yeah, she didn't just like get lost, like run away, get lost and die out there.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing there's some evidence.
Well, God fucking damn.
So I went on a frenzy and was like Googling Jack Sutton of La Mesa, California,
Yeah.
like trying to find this motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have enough like fucking specialty tools to be able to do this. I just got so many ads that were like, click here to find now. And you know how it loads forever? And then it's like 3,200 police reports found.
Yeah.
And you're like,
yeah.
yeah, pay $7. And you're like, well, I mean, I'm not trying to do a full background check. I was just hoping to find a fucking Facebook profile. But anybody who committed murder probably doesn't have one of those hanging out.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Like, living in Ohio now. Hope they don't find me.
Check out my new gun. Got rid
Yeah.
of the old one, dumped it in this river.
Yeah, but I don't know if they've ever talked to Jack or, you
They
know.
have to have.
Yeah, well, after the first time or if he just fucking up and disappeared. I'm sure if he committed a murder, he's in Mexico somewhere.
Oh, probably, yeah.
I mean, that takes an hour to get to from La Mesa.
Yeah, not even.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah.
if you have to wait at the border to
Yeah,
be able
yeah,
to
there
get
you go.
across.
It's a busy day.
I said across.
I hate you.
I hate me too.
Well, goddamn.
That's my goddamn story.
I would hope that they'd talk to him again after. Even if he was cleared as a suspect, I'd still be like, okay, but listen, now it's a homicide, so maybe.
Stay close.
Yeah, do you know anyone else that she might have been involved with?
Yeah.
Who's this Humbly guy?
Yeah.
Like, all this other shit, right?
Exactly.
Mm.
I don't know though. But I want to go down to the police station and pull fucking files. Like, I'm in.
Can you just do that?
I think you have to like sign your life away and pay like $20 a copy or some shit.
Oh. But you can just look at them first?
And then like give them back.
Yeah, like a library.
I'll just take a picture with my phone. I don't know. That's what all the movies do.
Oh.
You just look at them, but probably not anymore. It's
Yeah.
probably like before Xerox machines
Yeah.
when they were just all carbon copies and they were like, but this is an original, so be gentle.
Yeah, right.
No
Oh.
drinks in this room.
You would think that it'd all be on fucking computer now anyway.
I think you can get digital copies, but they still charge like fucking $20 a copy or some shit. And then your name's like on the report forever as being like pulled out.
Requesting a
But-
copy.
Yeah, like, oh, who the fuck is this Stacy girl?
Oh, that'd be funny.
Let's check her goddamn Google history.
Background, yeah.
Oh, please don't.
Oh,
Please
man.
don't.
Well, goddamn, Stace.
Yeah.
That was a doozy.
Does it feel weird to not tell a story?
It does.
It's so weird. I'm like, okay, but now my turn
Now
to
what?
relax.
Now what do we do?
Was that
man.
really short?
No.
No. Okay, listen, then you guys are gonna see, really, we're helping you out because now you're just gonna get more of our fucking jibber jabber jaw shit.
Yeah.
So if you really hate that part of the podcast,
I'm sorry.
we're so sorry. Please stick with us. And obviously, you know, we're in it to win it because we've been here this long, but
Yeah.
shit is just a little rough.
And listen, at some point, we'll probably get back to doing 2 cases. I just want
Life.
I enjoyed one night this week and it was fucking magical.
Yeah.
And that's all I want in my life. And
Yeah.
now Stacy's going to get one. And
Yes.
then I might get another one. We don't know yet.
We don't know. We don't want to get too ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. But also, if we can get fucking picked up on recording to where, like, I don't know, maybe we're even like a week ahead instead of this like a day ahead shit.
Yeah. It's really hard to edit that like
Yeah.
soon.
Then we'll get back into the swing of things, but bear with us.
Yes.
And if you hate it and you can't stand it, check back in like 2 months.
Yeah. You can shoot me an email and I'll let you know if we've changed it back yet.
There you go. Yeah.
Actually, I've said this so many times. It has literally been like a month since I've replied to email. So I am deeply sorry. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with me not wanting to fucking talk to you. It's everything to do with every day of my life has been at a hospital. And then now that my dad has passed away, it's dealing with like the after shit. And it's a lot.
Which nobody fucking really talks about afterward.
No,
They're
it's
like,
so much work.
Yeah.
It's
like,
so
all right,
much
you're
work.
done. And you're like, okay, cool. But I have to have a fucking party during a pandemic?
Yeah, exactly. I'm literally planning a fucking party during the pandemic. We haven't even had his services yet. So I'm still working on that. Like, what are we going to bury him in? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like,
Does he have a suit? Get
Yeah,
a fucking
put a
Hawaiian
suit
shirt.
on him.
Unbutton that bitch. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't know. And then like when you go there too, this is super morbid, but I mean, listen to the podcast. So
Yeah.
when you go there too, they're like, should we shave him? And I'm like, I mean, he's usually a clean shaven dude, so sure, but it's going to be a closed casket. Like I literally have no idea what you're doing in there.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to do anything.
Yeah, you don't have to like gussy him up or anything. It's going to be closed.
But then you feel disrespectful being like, I mean, if you want to. Like,
Yeah,
I
right.
don't know.
like, just put him in the box.
Yeah, this really fucking expensive box.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. My dad has given me permission to just be like, you got a cardboard box? Like one
Yeah.
of the big Amazon ones?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah,
it's
put
like,
him in
I don't
that.
care.
And, like,
Plain
I bought a
pine.
refrigerator recently. Can we use that one?
Literally. Yeah.
Oh,
my dad's like,
God.
do not do anything. The Navy will take care of it and just fucking a pine box, like plywood.
They do take care of it, but you still have to pick it out. And you still have to, fucking lesson learned here.
Yeah.
So the Navy takes care of my dad's shit. He's going to get like full honors, everything, like
Which is
21 gun salute.
fucking awesome, and I'm
so
super excited to see it.
I'm going to bawl my eyes out, but it's
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
So they do take care of it, but you have to either pay for it up front.
Oh.
Or you can use this fucking like interim service where they're like, we'll pay for it for you, but we're going to like charge you 5%. And then when the insurance cashes out, then you'll just pay us back plus 5%. And you're like, all right, it's insurance money, whatever. But it's just a fucking scam, man. Like
To get the 5%.
yeah, like it's like a bank loaning you money in your time of grief, but they're like, but you're going to give me a lot more money for doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't fucking care. Whatever, man.
Yeah.
I picked the shit. I don't want to do this anymore.
God damn.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That sucks.
I know.
Ugh.
Learning a lot though. And I'm like telling Liam, like, yo, we got to put together advanced directives because like, I don't know what you want.
Yeah.
You have to be on a fucking ventilator. What do you want that?
Yeah.
Or do you want me to just like pull the plug right away?
Yeah.
Is that what you want?
Literally, my mother-in-law was like, so do you guys have a will? And I was like, I mean, if I'm being attacked by someone, I'll just like scribble some shit on a piece of paper real quick.
Yeah,
like,
hold on.
trying to make a joke out of it because that's my whole life.
Yeah. No, you should really have one of those.
Yeah. Who knew, right?
Yeah. And then also, like, it'd be really nice if did you know you can go, like, plan all this shit for your family? Like, you can go to a mortuary, pick one, pick your casket, pick everything, like, and this is what I want handed out, and this is the music I want you to play, and this is how I want it to go, and I want to have a fucking motor brigade or whatever the fuck they're called to take me
Wow.
to that place. Like, you can do all that, and then you can pay for it now. Like, monthly payments of $100.
Wow.
And then everything's covered. And when you die, if they're not in business anymore, they'll transfer your services to other people, you know? Like,
Really?
yeah, it's a whole thing. So I'm telling Lee, I'm like, yo, this place is really nice. Let's fucking be presented there when we're dead.
Yeah.
And do it so our kids don't have to worry about that, because it's not to say my dad wasn't prepared. He was very prepared. He had everything laid out how he wanted it. Like, I want the full honors, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. But you still had to like arrange it then.
Yeah, but I still had to pick a mortuary, and I had to pick not just me. Obviously, my
Yeah.
family is involved, but still, it's just like, it's insane. It's,
Yeah, it's so much.
And I'm like, I didn't know you could do all that. That's so cool. Like, I want to do that for the kids.
yeah, that's actually a really good idea.
Yeah,
And
because
also, if you pay for that shit now, you won't even have to worry about it later.
exactly. And also, it's crazy. If you die in the hospital, like the next day they're calling you and they're like, where do you want the body? And you're like, I just got home like 4 hours ago
Yeah,
from being
like-
next to him as he died. Can I have a hot minute?
Can you put it in the morgue for like, I don't
Yeah.
know, 42 hours?
Is he on ice?
42.
I hope so.
I was going to go with 72 and 48 at the same time.
42.
42 sounds like a good medium. It's not even in the between times. God damn it.
Let's compromise here. Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
they're really nice about it. They're not like, well, you got to get rid of them, but you only have 5 days. That's 5 days to pick shit while you are experiencing the saddest moment of your life.
Yeah.
Anyway, I know this is really fucking not exciting talk, but fucking PSA, everybody, do some shit for your family and, you know,
Yeah.
get ready to die.
Get ready to die. It's happening to everybody.
It's inevitable.
Yeah. The only two things you can count on are death and taxes, right?
That's right. All right, you fucking old lady.
I know. Listen, I'm just channeling our dads.
Dude, I legit was having this like deep fucking out of body experience where I was doing the like philosophical, like, Oh, you can always count on change in life. Like nothing will ever be the same.
Oh, God.
Everything that it is this year will be totally different next year. Like, you know, most of my life has just been like this nice little bubble of like, and I do these things, and I do these things.
And these are the people that I'm around.
Yeah. And then the last like fucking year has just been a fucking shit show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, everything changes every day. Today, I think everything's finally okay. And then tomorrow, I'm sure my house will catch on fire or something.
No, you're going to have floors.
I'm so excited for floors.
So then that'll be a good change.
See? Way
Yeah.
to bring me back up.
I know. That's what I'm here for.
Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. So, you know, thanks for the sympathies and understanding us. I pulled out the big guns so that you would understand how serious this really is.
Yeah.
And why we're making the change to the podcast. And don't hate us. If you hate us, let us know gently.
Yeah.
And we'll let you know when we're back to the regular schedule.
Yeah. Be gentle. Send us an email before you give us like a horrible review saying that you hate us and the new setup. Just send us an email and be like, I don't appreciate that. And then we'll email you back and be like, give us like 2 weeks, man.
Yeah, I just want a day off.
Yeah.
I'm so tired. My dad died. Also, if you send an email, can you title it like, I love the show, but ... And then I'll be all nervous.
I know, right? I hate the butts. Every time you're like, we got a new review, my like stomach drops. I'm like, fuck.
I know.
What did they say? And then it's like, I love it. And I'm like, okay.
Okay.
That's okay.
I'll take it.
I can handle that.
Oh, God. All right, guys. So if you want to check out pictures pertaining to our case, just mine.
the one. It's just one case.
Just my case, which I probably only have like one picture, and that's of Holly. So
Aw.
you want to check out that one picture.
Well, you can just put a picture of Holly too. Like literal Holly.
Oh my God, you're so dumb.
I know.
Okay, well, anyway, if you want to check out Holly's face, come to our website, isgdpodcast.com. Also, you'll find links to our Patreon and our merch. We're still doing Patreon, and we just published one yesterday, so go check it out. It was a fucking long-ass one, too.
It was a fucking
Like an
long ass
hour
one.
and a half.
Yeah.
9 pages of research I did during
Yeah.
my father's death.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a
You're
goddamn
I just
idiot.
need to think about something else for a minute.
Let me think about this person's death instead.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah. So if this episode ends up being less than your usual quantity, then go check out Patreon. There's
Yeah.
some other fucking ones up there.
It's only $1 and you get access to all the other shit. And I'm pretty sure that was like episode 15. I've been saying that for a while, but I'm pretty sure it was 15 or 16.
I don't know, somewhere around there.
That's so many hours of listening pleasure.
Yeah,
For
it's a lot of
$1.
them. I was just thinking, I labeled it at 93.
You did.
It's not that. God damn it. I'll have to change that.
That's so funny. You did.
And you didn't even say anything. You're just like,
93
yeah,
final.
it's 93.
I don't even know what day it is.
Yeah.
Just
So
so
I
you
don't
know.
even know if this one's 94. This one's got to be 93
I
then.
wrote 94.
But I
on my
think it's
notes.
93.
I don't fucking know.
Listen, guys.
Yeah, it's this all the time.
We're in a fucking whirlwind of shit right now.
Love us.
Okay, but also
Please.
we are on social media at ISGD Podcast. We are on emails like normal people at isgdpodcast@gmail.com. Like I said, fucking email us your hate mail before you send it out to the world so that we can, I don't know, change it back real quick or something. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't want you to leave. We love you.
Don't leave us.
Yeah.
We'll change it back just for you.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it, I don't need a night off.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm fine. Oh, God. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Longest outro of our life, huh?
yeah. Also, you can snail mail us at P.O. Box 2764, Spring Valley, California, 91979. Leave us nice reviews.
Please. Please give us those stars and
yeah.
tell your friends about us.
And you can subscribe and stuff and do all the things. And we appreciate the fuck out of you.
So hard.
Bye.
Bye.